As we all know, Father's Day is right around the corner. With all the commercials on TV, the card displays in the stores, it's hard to forget, right? But what happens when you have mixed feelings about the holiday because of maybe a missed loved one? Well, here with some great advice is April Lott from Directions for Living. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you on our show this morning. Before we kind of delve into today's topic, which I'm so interested to get into this with you, but let's talk a little bit about what your organization does for a lot of people, a lot of families here in the Bay Area. Kind of explain that a little bit.
Well, you know, actually we're celebrating our 35th year as a part of the Tampa Bay community, and we serve in kind of a dual role. We serve children who have been impacted by trauma, by abuse and neglect, and families who are kind of struggling with those types of issues. And we also provide mental health services, substance abuse services, homeless services to people who are struggling with unstable housing. And I mean, we really just have a whole host of services that we try to wrap around families in particular, but we believe in keeping adults strong and keeping children healthy and keeping families together.
Yes. Well, and let's talk about families this morning, because again, as we said, I mean, we don't want to be a Debbie Downer about this subject about kind of dealing with the loss of a loved one, but I think a lot of people are going through this. When you have holidays, whether it's Mother's Day or Father's Day, even Christmas, some of the bigger ones, there can sometimes be a little mixed feelings, right? Please tell me that I'm right.
Absolutely.
It's okay?
It absolutely is okay. In fact, I think that we really need to encourage people to embrace that aspect of life. Mother's Day and Father's Day are particularly hard for people who have a loss of a father or a father figure in their life, and honoring that, I think, is important. Whether it's a loss due to death, a loss due to divorce, a loss due to incarceration. I mean, there's all kinds of loss that children and families experience every year, and making sure that we are acknowledging that it's hard. But it's also important to know that we can honor and celebrate fathers even with that loss in a whole host of ways that are helpful, and that you don't really have to kind of sit with it by yourself and feel alone or feel sad or feel isolated.
Yeah. How important is it to talking with other people or talking with family members? Kind of, again, you don't want somebody feeling secluded. I know sometimes it's a little shameful, or you don't know how to express. Is that an important part of that? Is kind of expressing yourself, letting other people know what may be going on?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, it would be in my top 5.
Okay.
I kind of have 5 things that I would suggest to people, and certainly in the top 5 is spending time with family and friends who've also either experienced the same loss, right? Because if people are a part of my family and I've lost a father, then all of us have experienced that loss. So spending time with family members who've experienced the same loss, spending time with friends who have also experienced a loss, and really just kind of setting time aside to talk about it, to look at home movies, to look at photographs, to talk about your favorite memory, to talk about the things that you are hopeful for the future. Those kinds of things is an excellent way to set time aside.
Well, and what's the take home? Again, even if we're not even talking about a loss, but let's say there's divorce going on right in the home, dad's not around, or for whatever reason, it's not that picture perfect family. No one is perfect.
Right,
no family is perfect. What's your take home for families as they're watching this morning and there may be some mixed emotions with this Father's Day coming up?
Well, as I watched the kind of making homemade cards segment earlier, I thought, it really is just that we need to kind of come up with unique ways to honor the father figures in our lives. So, if there is some strain around a divorce, I think parents really need to know that if at all possible, to honor honor the father in whatever way possible, which is that there was a time that we really loved each other, that you are the product of love.
Yes, I love that
and
idea.
that you are the product of two people who want nothing but the best for you, despite some of the circumstances. You know, if that kind of discussion isn't possible, then certainly identifying other father figures, other people that we can.
There's a lot of them out there,
because there really are.
Well, April, thank you so much for being here this morning. Again, I know it's kind of a sensitive topic. I know that's what you're used to, though. We look forward to having you back and having more conversations again with the goal of just encouraging families.
Yes, good.
So thank you so much, April.